I got one of was it Jenny, Minnie, and who they were all young still. They were young teenage girls. They're all dressed in the same outfits, three of them. And like I said, I got grandma's wedding pictures. I got a picture of grandpa with my dad. My got a skirt on my dad, and he's sitting there with
I got
Shantanina.
that one.
Yeah, he's sitting there with Shantanina.
That's one too many girls in that family.
Yeah, crazy.
Like, what were they thinking, those crazy people?
I don't know if they told you. You know, they sailed around the Horn.
Yeah, your dad told me.
And Manuel was walking. That's why Manuel didn't go to Hawaii. Because they wouldn't let him take anybody on the ship. Those old sailing ships.
Yeah.
Little kid, because you couldn't watch him.
Yeah.
But they took Pop, because he was a baby and she could hold him.
Yeah.
You know, and then that hurt Manuel's feelings. So he never went to Hawaii, and he came over here.
Yeah.
A short time, but he was almost an adult when he came here, and then he left. I think he felt he wasn't part of the family.
Yeah. We have a picture of him boxing with your Uncle Johnny when Johnny was a little boy and he was about 19.
Yeah.
And they were like that and boxing. But I know Manuel came in. We met him in 1980. And he came down from Reno when my mom passed away. And he played the harmonica for the kids all night long.
Oh.
He played different songs.
He could play. We saw him one time. Pop calls me. This is before I left Sacramento. They used to have a place out here on Auburn Boulevard. Used to be out of town. Now it's practically the middle. Called Wills Point Ballroom. And there was Billy Jack Wills and Bob Wills were country music guys, had bands, and they owned it. And so they would come play their part of the year, and then they'd bring in other entertainers. Well, he brought in this guy, T. Texas Tyler, who had a band and sang. And Pop calls me and he says, "We want you to go out to Wills Point tonight." I said, "Pop, it's July and it's over 100 degrees, and that building had one wall, the outside wall. The inside was the 2x4 studs, and I lived in houses like that when I was a kid, but I wasn't going to go pay and get in a place, but I did. And we went out there, and he didn't tell me the reason when I got out there. Manuel was traveling with him playing the harmonica.
Yeah.
Yeah, and boy, he could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know Johnny had stayed in touch with some of the others as much. But I knew that Pop was the only one that he was mad at everybody.
Yeah. Well, he hadn't. Johnny was only talked to Jenny until 1970 when he got out of prison the last time. Then he and I made a trip to Sacramento. My cousin drove us, and that was before we had Eva.
You were pregnant.
So we started talking to her, and we'd visit with her. But she would always say, never speak to nobody in the family. And then years later, Joseph fell off the couch, and she called up Bakersfield. There was an accident. Joseph got hurt. So we rushed up here to Sacramento, and all he did was fall off the couch. But he was in the psych ward, and so we went to the hospital to visit him. And then I told him, I said, "Why didn't you call your brother Joe?" And he goes, "Oh, he doesn't want to talk to me." And I said, "Well, call him." So we called him and went to visit him. And then Jenny stopped talking to us. She got mad at her brother Johnny because he talked to her brother Joe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, her and my dad were the two worst about not talking to each other.
Yeah.
Other people, I just don't.
Well, her and Minnie weren't talking for whatever reason. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, probably because of my dad.
Yeah.
Really?
Something, I don't know.
Minnie and Johnny followed my dad. They went everywhere Pop and Mickey went. How my dad ever got that lady to marry him is beyond me. That she was the sweetest lady, Mickey. That you probably heard the story that Luana was born the day the ballpark burned down in Sacramento. I get a phone call, and it's Mickey. She says, and the Duartes are the only ones who call me Junior. The only one, I'm telling you. So, anyway, I guess she said, Junior, are you busy? And I said, no. She said, I need a ride. And I said, oh, what? I think I'm going to have the baby. So I said, oh, where's Pop? He's down watching the ballpark burn down. So, anyway, I go get her, take her over to Mercy Hospital and everything. That's when she had the one. And it was a few years later, I get a phone call on a Saturday in the daytime, and it's Mickey. She says, Junior, are you busy? And I says, no, what's up now? Well, your dad's up in Grass Valley umpiring a double hitter, and I think I'm going to have the baby. So I went and picked her up, took her to Mercy. That's when she had Richard. Then, that ain't the end of the story.
Oh, no.
This is famous down here, I'm telling you. So, I get a call a couple of years later and everything, and she said, Junior, I need your help again. I said, well, where's Pop? She's out at Elk Grove. He's got a softball tournament going on out there, and blah, 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 blah. And there were no cell phones in those days.
Yeah.
So there was no place to get a hold of him. He probably wouldn't have left the ball game anyway. But, so, anyway, I take her over to the hospital. So I'm sitting in the waiting room, and one of the sisters comes down and says, oh, Mr. Duarte, you should be so proud. You've had 3 children here at Mercy Hospital. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. See, Mickey was only 4 or 5 years older than me. Yeah. God, I loved her. She was just, she raised those kids.
Yeah.
Pop never interfered. He just went and did his umpiring and refereeing. But that's where they, he made a lot of money over the years doing that.
Yeah.
It's true. Look at this one. This one's an old picture of Grandpa and Grandma with the kids, but I don't remember who's who in that picture.
I've got that picture too.
Do you?
Yeah. Grandpa and mustache.
I know.
I've got him on a picture at home, who everybody is on the back.
Do you?
I'll see if I can. At least I had it at home.
Yeah.
I started taking the stuff out of there, and was putting it in boxes and putting it in a storage unit I have, to give it to Pam. Well, when when she was still with Mike, they had to move, and they moved, and they left boxes with a lot of their memorabilia and stuff in it. They threw it out. The people that, so I said, I ain't taking
Yeah.
stuff over there till she really gets settled.
Yeah. Well, she's got stuff all over the place now. She's got stuff in that garage where she was living. She says she's got stuff in storage. I think she says she's got stuff at Drea's and stuff where she's at. I told her, Pammy, if you didn't have your head screwed on, you'd lose that.
But you got to find somebody to watch the thing and get a job of some sort. She ain't going to get a great job. There just isn't any out there, and around the major city, it's awfully hard if you don't have an education. And she has a high school education, and she was a very good student too. But that was a lot of years ago.
Yeah.
So she needs to try to find something, because so when you checking out here pretty soon?
I got a courtesy checkout at 1 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Is Grandma gonna go to the park, Grandma?
I don't know, grandson. We have things to do today.
In fact, I think that gal Carmen that's in my club, when she first moved back went with my best friend, and but when she moved back here, she's Spanish. Her folks come from Spain, and she's the most outspoken. Oh, man, I'm telling you, if she's in my Optimus Club, she joined that. She came to one of the baseball games, and the guy that's in charge of getting new members said put an application in every program. Finally got that program, opens it up, and here's this application. So she joined. And so when she went to the meeting, a lot of times in those days when I was working, I traveled up to Reading and around, and I usually did it Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in the middle of the week, so I wouldn't be at the meetings. Well, she comes to the meeting, got the form filled out, and they said, well, who's sponsoring you? And she says, Joe to work. So, but she's a pistol. And so when she remarried her second husband,